Hello, my friends, and welcome to another fucking episode of Aggressive Pogo here in the Great League featuring Mystical Fire Drifblim. I know this is what everyone is talking about right now. Dugong and Drifblim, the ultimate fucking update. And of course, there are some other beautiful ones like Quagsire with Mud Bomb, the new Leafage Fast Move, and Drill Run on Sandslash. But I think, personally, Drifblim is going to be a fucking savage. And in this match, I was running Mystical Fire, Icy Wind, which I don't recommend. I recommend you run Shadow Ball with one of the debuff moves. I prefer Mystical Fire now because, one, some opponents don't expect it, and two, it's just going to do better against some of those hard counters. So yeah, you guys are going to see how beautiful this is going to play out. Bubble Beam coming through, and I should be able to get to another move. I'm completely way over farming, way too much. I don't know what I'm doing here. And I don't even get throw the next move, which is just fucking ridiculous. But my opponent is triple debuffed, and a Shadow Ball won't be enough to take me out. I'm able to counter this Jellicent all the way down. And now I have move for the Altaria coming in. And he doesn't throw, and the Ice Punch will take him out, and he uses his last shield. And now I'm going to shield just in case there's something in the back weak to counter, bringing in the Alolan Ninetales, and it's just a Whiscash in the back, getting to the Dazzling Gleam. This will do a lot of fucking damage. Boom! Hitting him for about 60 to 70% of his health, and anything this Whiscash throws is not going to do much. I will be able to tank another move, and all I need to do is get to the back-to-back Weather Balls. That way I can take out this Whiscash and the Altaria, and that should be a GG. At the back-to-back, taking out the Whiscash, Altaria coming in, he doesn't have a move, and that is a G, my friends. Hope you are all having a beautiful day or night. I released a Dugong video with the new move Drill Run. If you haven't seen that, please go check that out after you watch this. Also, if you are enjoying my content, please hit that like button. It really helps me out like tremendously. It really fucking helps, so please smash that like button, sign into your fucking YouTube, and just help a brother out. Come on. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support you've given me. We are on our way to 400 subscribers, and let's keep the ball rolling. Medicham coming in to clean up this Unnovan Stunfisk because Drifblim couldn't do much without Icy Wind in that situation. You know, it's a hit or miss. Like, sometimes Mystical Fire plays a great part, and then sometimes the baiting works anyway. Like, Drifblim overall is just a great Pokemon right now. It does very well. And my opponent having an Umbreon in the back, and I swap into a Alolan Ninetales. I'm up a shield, going straight for the Dazzling Gleam. Boom! Hitting my opponent for about 80%. And this Umbreon has nowhere to go. Throwing the Foul Play, and I don't think my opponent has Last Resort, but I'm shielding anyway to preserve health. And I'm hoping I can farm down with Powder Snow, and I'm able to come out with a shit ton of energy, get to the Weather Ball, up against this Wigglytuff. My opponent uses his last shield, and I probably should have went for the Dazzling Gleam here, but I decided to go for the multiple moves instead. And it won't be enough to take out this Wigglytuff, but at least I can get it into the red, and I'm able to counter down with Medicham and disrespect that Wigglytuff, and that is a G. Into a Scrafty with Medicham in the lead. You love to see it. Foul plays are just not enough to do anything to Medicham. And honestly, now that Trevenant has gotten nerfed, this Medicham is just going to be even more disrespectful, and you will be seeing a lot more Sableye as well, which means in turn, you will be seeing a lot more Charmers, ladies and gentlemen. So honestly, I just recommend everybody run Poison 24/7. Just run Poison because it's the only thing that's going to be able to beat these fighters, that's going to be able to beat these dark Pokemon, that's going to be able to challenge those Charmers. So Poison is the way to go, man. Poison, Fighting, and probably Steel is the way to go, I think. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. The meta's going to keep changing. Talonflame coming in, and I'm farming up like fucking crazy, getting to the back-to-back Weather Ball, throwing the first one, my opponent shields, getting to the second one. Does he use his last shield? And he does. You love to see it. He's able to farm me all the way down, but I should be able to double shield, get to the Shadow Ball, and that should be a G. Let's see if I can do it. Getting to the second move, shielding it. Medicham can do absolutely nothing, and I won't have to catch here because there's two shields We're perfect, and the Shadow Ball is enough to take it out, and that's a G fucking G. Hope everyone is doing very well. As I said earlier, summer is here. Get out the house. Don't stay inside all day. Do some walking, do some pondering, do some jogging, do some exercise. Get the blood flowing, release those endorphins, and find a new hobby. I just started slacklining, which is basically when you tie a rope from tree to tree, and it's a flat nylon rope that you walk on, and it's become one of my favorite hobbies recently. I would suggest that you guys try that out. It is so much fun. You can find a rope on Amazon. You can find anything on Amazon, but yeah, I highly recommend get a new hobby, my friends. If you're bored, please do not just stay home. Walk around, play some Pokemon Go, use your 15-minute incense, get some exercise, and let's fucking spread some body positivity, right? Mystical Fire coming through, and this is the perfect situation where Icy Wind would not have done shit, and Mystical Fire is playing such a huge role here with the guaranteed double debuff right there after 2 Mystical Fires. You'd love to see it. My opponent has a Politoed, and now I bring in the Shadow Venusaur. This is when I switched up the team, and I realized that a lot of the opponents I was up against were weak to Venusaur, or to grass in general. And so this is where Venusaur is just going to shine. And even up against the Skarmory, Frenzy Plant is doing a really good amount of damage. My opponent getting to moves, but I have 2 shields, and all I have to do is double shield here, and I should be able to take this Skarmory out, no fucking problem. Throwing the second Sky Attack, my opponent quits, and that is a G fucking G. This team is amazing. Guys, Shadow Venusaur in the back was a great anchor. Like, it worked out so well. We have to be careful for the Blizzard here. My opponent farming up. I'm pretty sure he's at 6 mud shots. Oh, and I can't speak English. I'm swapping straight into the Medicham to catch the Blizzard, and I do. My opponent responds with a Toxicroak, and I'm getting to the Psychic, which will one-shot, but he uses a shield. Smart. And we get the defense debuff. What is wrong with me? I can't speak right now. Mud Bomb is enough to take us out, and I'm bringing in the Drifblim, and nothing he throws will be effective. And so I'm letting it through, saving shields for Venusaur, getting to the Mystical Fire. Does my opponent respect it? And he doesn't. Letting him go, and my opponent has a Bastiodon in the back, and he has a Whiscash with low health, and Venusaur, after this debuff, should be able to take them out and outpace. My opponent realizes that, quits, and that is a G fucking G. Let's go. Up against an Abomasnow, and we have to be careful for these weather balls, but I'm getting to the Mystical Fire. Does he know? He does not. Get the fuck off my screen. Dragonair coming in, and I'm getting to a move, but he wins CMP, and I'm just going to let the Drifblim go after one-shotting that Abomasnow. You love to fucking see it. My opponent getting to a move before me, and I'm just going to let it through. It's a non-stab Aqua Tail, which is not a problem. Going for the Ice Punch. My opponent respects it and shields. And now it's time for Venusaur, ladies and gentlemen. Venusaur coming in, taking out the Dragonair. What does he have in the back? An Electrode. And all I have to do is get to the back-to-back Frenzy Plant, and that will be more than enough to take out this Electrode. Getting to the back-to-back, this will guaranteed be getting the shield. Getting to the second Frenzy Plant, and this will be more than enough to take out the Electrode, and that is a G fucking G. I'm telling you, don't fuck with Venusaur, man. Venusaur is back. Like, now that Trevenant got buffed or nerfed, like, Venusaur is fucking back, man. Like, it's going to be amazing. You're going to be seeing so many Venusaurs, and obviously Charizard is still going to be a huge issue in this meta, but, you know, we're going to have Liquidation now. We're going to have fucking Dugong to handle that. So, and Swampert's still in the meta. Like, that's not changing. So Charizard needs to watch the fuck out. Frenzy Plant up against this Umbreon, and my opponent is using both shields, and I'm getting to a third Frenzy Plant. Does he? Oh my god, look how much damage that does. I was going to say, does he respect it? But he doesn't have any shields. Getting to the Psychic up against this Galarian Shiny Stunfisk. I still don't have a Shiny Pancake. Kind of jealous about that. And I'm going to let this through, or I actually shield the Earthquake and call it correctly, and I should be able to farm all the way down. I think this is just a Rock Slide, and it is able to farm down. and a Sea King comes in. I'm going for the Psychic. How much damage will this do? And it does about 55%, which is absolutely beautiful. Catching the Drill Run on the Drifblim. Oh my god. My opponent gets fucking infuriated, quits, and that is a G fucking G. Into the Alolan Sandslash. Does he know, ladies and gentlemen? Does he know? Mystical Fire coming through, and my opponent doesn't shield. Let's fucking go. My opponent, instead of going for the Ice Punch, goes for a Drill Run. What are you doing? No! Ladies and gentlemen, please go for the Ice Punch. Do not go for a Drill Run up against a Flyer. Going for the Mystical Fire. My opponent falls for the bait, getting to the Shadow Ball. Does he respect it? And he does, and we're getting both shields, my friends. Drifblim putting in some fucking work. Oh my god. Bringing in my own Medicham, and I can tank whatever this motherfucker throws, and so I'm just going to let, or not. We're doing the opposite of what I'm saying. My opponent calls it quits, and that's a G fucking G. Running double ice with Sandslash and Dugong, double Drill Run. Very interesting. Into a Medicham, and an Umbreon's coming in. I'm going to debuff it and dip out this bitch. Bringing in the Medicham, and now these foul plays are not going to do as much damage. You gotta love it, man. This combination, the Drifblim, Medicham, Venusaur team is insane. Let's go, man. Let's fucking go. And I should be able to get to this Ice Punch, no problem. Does my opponent shield? He doesn't. He lets go of the Umbreon, getting to a Psychic up against whatever came in. And I'm hitting their Medicham, and now I believe we just let go of our Medicham, and it's not even enough to take us out. And before I get to another move, my opponent decides to get rid of us. And now Drifblim should be able to close this out. Let's go. And now Icy Wind would play such a good part here, but this is his last Mon. And does my opponent know? He does not. Shields anyway. Farming up to the Shadow Ball, hoping he will fall for the bait. I think I just go for a Mystical Fire here, and I do. Real fucking disrespectful. But my opponent calls it. And now I'm getting to the Shadow Ball. And does he think, has he been counting? He has not. Bringing in the Venusaur so that he can see my last Pokemon. And he's debuffed, so the Sky Attack will not be enough. I should be able to farm down. And that is a G fucking G. Closing out an Altaria with a Shadow Venusaur. You love to fucking see it. Into a Chestnut. My whole team does great against this thing. My opponent brings in a Heliolisk. And Medicham is about to chew this bitch up. Getting to a move, and it's a Grass Knot. It actually does a lot of damage, but I'm able to come out with a lot of energy. And my opponent quits, and that's a G fucking G. Into the next match, up against a Flygon. Really hoping that I had Icy Wind right about now, but I don't. Getting to the Mystical Fire. Hoping my opponent doesn't throw a Stone Edge. I'm probably just going to have to respect whatever he's throwing. And I'm swapping straight into the Venusaur. Very interesting now that I'm watching this. Very fucking interesting. Dragon Claw coming through. This is probably just another Dragon Claw. But it's an Earthquake. Flygon gets to fucking move so fast. Oh my god. And it was the Frenzy Plant's enough to take out the Flygon. My opponent is running a Ludicolo. And now I probably should have just brought in the Medicham. I'm shielding. And because I knew it was going to be an Ice Beam, and I should have brought in the Medicham. Right about now, I was definitely regretting this move. Going for the Mystical Fire. My opponent isn't shielding. I'm getting the debuff, and he has a Toxicroak in the back. I'm baiting with the Ice Punch. Does he shield? And he does. And now we should be able to tank anything he throws, get to the Psychic, and try to farm down the Ludicolo. Sludge Bomb isn't enough to take us out. Getting to the Psychic. And this will easily one-shot the Toxicroak, and we're able to farm down the Ludicolo. That's a G fucking G. Please smash that like button. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next fucking episode.